Thank you so much for the warm welcome we always receive here. We thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Before we sing again, I would like to know how many of you are familiar with the Blackwood Brothers Quartet over the years. You've seen the Blackwood Brothers in person, on television, all right? How many have on radio? You heard them on radio? How many of you have record albums? How many of you have cassette tapes? How many of you have 8-track tapes? Some of you are too old. We're all getting there. What a great heritage. My dad was James Blackwood. He started singing, as Dan said, in the Blackwood Brothers Quartet. 77 years ago now, this year. All that original group have gone to be with the Lord, and I'm sure it's obvious to you folks that I was not in the original group 77 years ago. I wasn't. I'm serious, I wasn't. But we really believe that God has called our family to sing gospel music. The young man who sings the high tenor part comes all the way from the hills of East Tennessee, a little town called Elizabeth in Tennessee, way up there in the Smoky Mountain. Oh, two of you, the other two people are here from who live in Elizabeth. Any of you grew up in a small town? Anybody grew up in a small town somewhere? Oh, well, then you kind of understand this. This year for Christmas, they plugged up the traffic light. They had red and green for Christmas decorations this year. Small town. But a great big voice. But you make welcome Mr. Wayne Little. Welcome, Wayne, tonight. Well, one of the things that's kind of unique about a quartet is that you do have a real high tenor voice. Then on the other end, you've got to have the real low bass voice. We've got one of the best right here. Yeah, you like that already? Some of you, I understand that. He was born in a small town, Stigler, Oklahoma, eastern part of the state. Raised in Arkansas. His dad pastored a church there for many years. This is the only preacher's kid we have in the group. Yeah, we get that reaction some. Great bass singer. You're going to love Mr. Randy Bird singing bass tonight. Randy, welcome, Randy Bird. Now, sometime back, we were looking for a new piano player, and we just looked everywhere. We scoured the entire country from coast to coast and border to border, as they say, and then some. And we finally wound up going all the way to the far reaches of the state of Florida to Jacksonville, where he comes from. Now, he started playing the piano when he was 4 years old. He must have been pretty good even then. He's fantastic now. Would you make welcome Mike Hammondtree from Jacksonville, Florida. The next fellow, this is my younger brother, Billy. Billy made a place for himself in our family and in traveling back at, well, I guess it started before he was even a teenager. He taught himself to play the drums. And the way he did this was he set the drums up in front of the stereo in the den and turned the stereo wide open and then played the drums for what seemed like hours on end back then. Come to think of it, it was hours on end. And you can get a lot of drum playing real quick when it's in the den, right? Could be the reason that Mama put him on the road at the age of 14. But he started traveling full-time professionally at the age of 14, been involved in pastoral work, youth ministry. He's a songwriter, singer. He's been involved in music some way since he was about this high. Brother, make my little brother Billy Blackwood welcome. Billy. How to get that
out? Thank you so much. I want to just echo what Jimmy said. It is such a treat for us to be here with you tonight. We have lots of friends I won't start naming because we have so many here tonight. It's just great to see all of you.
You know who you are.
And you know who you are, yes. Daddy was for those of you who may not know, our dad sang for 75 of his 82 years, which I think you can call a lifelong career. And he passed away in 2002 and was just known and loved all over the world by thousands of people as a great gospel singer. Now, Jimmy, being the older brother, we're the only two in our family, Jimmy got the name James Blackwood Jr. He goes by Jimmy, but he's James Jr. And, when you're following someone like James Blackwood Sr., who is known, revered, and known as a great singer, that can be kind of
overwhelming.
A little daunting, but he not only got the name, God gave him a great voice to go with it. I know you're going to love him tonight. Make welcome my big brother, Jimmy Blackwood.